before we start out this week's JayCast, I just want to take a moment to just thank everybody for watching the podcast and to keep strong support of it going. And it's been absolutely wonderful to work and to meet new guests and to, discover some of the newest things that have been going on. And it's kind of cool to follow a lot of these really fun topics and to learn more and more about the gaming industry in of itself by just doing this podcast. And I hope you guys are learning something behind it as well, getting to discover new people and everything else. And I just want to wish you guys a Merry Christmas. Have a wonderful New Year. This last year has been absolutely wonderful with this podcast being here and with everything else that went on with my channel. I just want to thank you guys so much for the support. And like I said, I just appreciate everything that has been going on. And, as my Christmas present to you guys, I'm wearing a hat today. And there's a Christmas tree in the background. So Merry Christmas to you guys. And by the way, Yeti will not be joining us today. He needed to go get a present for his girlfriend. If you have a girlfriend, make sure that you get her a Christmas present because you do not want the wrath upon you. Let's get to the JayCast.
JayCast.
3, 2, 1, go.
JayCast.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of JayCast, where there's games, guests, and one guy wearing a set of headphones today. Now, sadly, I apologize, but I do not have Yeti Hyrule with me today, as you saw in the beginning, as I was talking about Yeti had to go get presents for his girlfriends. I mean, there's other reasons, but I'm assuming that was the one that he said that he wasn't able to join in today. We're just going to go with that for now. Wishing him a wonderful Merry Christmas as he watches this podcast, though, from a distance, and wishing all of you a wonderful Happy Holidays and Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and Hanukkah if you celebrate it, whatever it is, just Merry Christmas to you guys. Happy Holidays. Hopefully you guys are going to have a wonderful time. Me, personally, I'm going to be staying home. I'm going to be enjoying family time and getting some awesome presents, giving some awesome presents, and just having a wonderful time. Christmas time is my favorite holiday because I love to see family, and I love to get the chance to go and meet, the rest of my family and just to, get back together, reunite, have fun, just get to meet everybody again. And it's awesome. So I just want to wish you guys a wonderful, Merry Christmas for it. And anyway, back to the point. This week's podcast is going to be a little bit shorter because we don't necessarily have a guest. We don't necessarily have too many games that are really launching at last second here. We talked about most of them that I wanted to talk about last week. So I guess I should have probably conserved some of them. But whatever. We're not going to talk about that. So as you guys saw that I just got a new stand. This is absolutely wonderful. We're going to stop getting way off topic here. This week's special news is insane. Today we're going to be talking about what exactly has been going on with Sony and really just kind of what's been, in a nutshell, just been really crazy to read about. It seems like every single day this week I found a different article that scared me more and more as this continued. It was really, really freaky just to see like what exactly was going on but we'll talk about that a little bit later about why I'm so scared about that. And then Nintendo has possibly a new donut coming out, and I will explain more about that later. Minecraft is getting a new story mode, and Windows 10 is possibly going to be going to Xbox One, and integration will be conjoined, and it's going to be amazing. So anyway, guys, we're going to be talking about plenty of different topics today. I'm going to start off with saying, so far I've been playing not too many games this week. Me personally, haven't really gotten a chance to play too much. I've been extremely busy again, mainly been at work, and just then after that, just been very casually playing. I've been playing a game mode called Mine Z2 a lot on Minecraft. It's on the Shotbone Network. It's a little bit of self-advertisement, I guess, for them. Wait, that wouldn't be self-advertisement. Anyway, before we question our own logic again. But anyway, it's kind of cool. Basically, it's like DayZ, but with Minecraft and without guns. And it's so cool that I get the chance to play that game. I usually play that with my friend, Act Legend. We did a live stream of it yesterday. And then, or it's technically 2 days ago. I keep forgetting that I pre-record this. And then we did what day was it? Live stream on Saturday, was it? Yeah. So we did a live stream on Saturday about it, and it's just cool because it's a slow progression of just building yourself up to upgrade yourself and to make the goal to reach to the north and just be the powerful person that you can possibly be. And it's actually really tough to get a lot of weapons in that. You start out pretty much spawning. I mean, you can actually spawn anywhere according to the map, but you can spawn basically anywhere in this map, and then you just basically travel town to town and then checking out different chests, and whether it's downgrading the certain item that you found, using other sections to upgrade, whether it be armor or weapons or whatever it would be, or just simply grabbing food. And it's also a game of stealth as well. If you get to a point that you don't have enough necessarily threatening weapons yet, like you don't have anything like pristine or anything like that, it just is a pain. And let me just tell you from experience, and also if you watch the stream, you saw that too, it was a pain. I mean, if you even, what's the good way to say this? If you even like attack one zombie, the rest of them just turn around and just look at you and just start attacking you. And I hate that. It just, it's annoying. But anyway, it's cool. It was right now we just moved up to the north, and we just kind of like on the borderline of it, and so we're just working on that right now, and it's awesome. I know I say awesome a lot. I just kind of realized that I was looking at old podcasts and I would say awesome a lot, but back to what I was saying before I went off topic. But it's cool. Let me just put it like that. It's cool. If you guys get a chance to, play.shopbo.net is the IP. I usually play in the server Somnia. So if you ever find me, and I'm in the PvP area, which is the north, by the way, which is why partially it's difficult, don't kill me. Type that to me, and then you can kill me all you want to. Like, you could have, like, all armor and diamond weaponry, and you can be like, what's up, dude? I saw your podcast, and that's awesome, man. And then you kill me and right off the spot. I mean, I guess I wouldn't be mad. I'd just be like, oh, hey, they noticed. Oh. Well, there goes my 36 hours into this game. But anyway, yeah, I've been addicted to that. I've just kind of been playing other things, such as like Team Fortress 2. I've always been playing. I'm an F2P guy. I'm a noob, probably. I'm just starting to gain up a bunch of new stuff. We also played Castle Crashers recently, so I'm playing a bunch of more classic games, not necessarily the new launches or anything. Just kind of been enjoying some old classic games, like for the fun of it. I played a couple free-to-play games as well, like Max Gentleman, and a couple other games as well. But it's cool. It's very, very cool to get a chance to play a lot of different games. And live streaming for me is so much fun because, it's an actual live interaction with people. It's something to get the chance to experience with other people, to see the unedited, uncut version of you, and just to, just kind of hang out, chill out, and have fun, and that's what I love mainly about live streaming. And I wish that I could get a chance to live streaming more, but obviously we have lives, don't we? And sadly, I do plenty of that. I am a full-time student. In addition to, I work almost full-time, theoretically. And when you mix those two together, it is a pain to even get uploads up. And it does get to you eventually. And let me tell you, if you're getting into the gaming industry, let me tell you, you need to dedicate yourself to a good 40 hours of that week to make sure that you have time to edit, to record, and to make sure that you get things going. And I know I talked about this in a couple podcasts ago, but I love the possibility of seeing new YouTubers and having the dedication and that drive and that talent. I mean, that's what pushes you to go above everybody else in front of you in the competition. You know, that's why corporations are made, because someone was willing to keep pushing themselves and to make themselves better than the next person, then climbing up the ladder, and eventually you get there. It's not necessarily something you're going to get right off the bat. I mean, you know, corporations usually start by one small little shed and eventually turn out to be around the country or around the world or whatever it would be. You know, that's how Walmart was, McDonald's was, you know, everybody was, you know, and with YouTubers, I mean, let's make an example. PewDiePie, he was at 100 subscribers for months and months and months, and then eventually turned into being the most popular YouTuber ever. Is recognized for 4 social awards or 4 social media, excuse me, let me clarify. And yeah, I think that's absolutely awesome that stuff like that occurs, you know, in this industry, that YouTubing is now a job. I mean, it's something that makes everybody kind of think to themselves, you know, well, how on earth is making YouTube videos that people can watch for free turn into a job? Well, if there was no such thing as ads nowadays, there's no way this would ever exist in real life. And there's no way in any possibility without ads. So the next time you see an ad, I encourage you to watch it. And not necessarily just because it's the funniest commercial you've ever seen in your life, because it's probably not, but just to support the local YouTuber. I can't say very much else behind that about like how much you make behind it, because I don't make money off of my videos right now, and I don't, even if I did, I didn't make that much. You know, I make like 10 cents a freaking month or something like that. But that's all part of being a small channel and all part of just changing into being better, I guess. So anyway, let's get on to some of the topics for today. The first thing I want to talk about is Nintendo is rumored to launch a new system, and the new system is really weird. I don't really read a lot about it. I read an article on arcadesushi.com, which had, let's see, on GameSpot, they talked about in an interview that apparently it said that Nintendo is interested in taking the unique display, which can be bent into whatever shape the designer desires, and putting a hole in the middle so that it resembles a donut. As we've speculated, perhaps this hole could be meant to fit in another device so that Nintendo can go all Voltron with their hardware. Now, forgive me, I actually do not know what Voltron is, so I'm actually going to take a second to look that up, because I'm actually kind of curious about that. I wonder if it's because according to what I'm seeing off of the first Google search that I saw, is it looks like it's kind of like a Transformers thing. It'd actually be really cool if someone could post in the comments and let me know what exactly Voltron is, because I think that there's some different things that appear. Oh, okay, yeah. Japanese television show. Let's see. Defender of the Universe is an animated television series that features a team of space explorers that pilot a giant. Excuse me. That pilot is giant super robot known as Voltron. Oh, there it is. Sorry. Excuse me. That was. I hated that. It was bad. But yeah, it's cool. I don't know what Nintendo is going to be expecting out of that. It's so cool that no matter what kind of crap that Nintendo gets, and like, you know, where people think it's like kids play and stuff like that, but how much do they revolutionize the industry? You know, it's crazy how they kind of successfully brought, and why I say successfully is to clarify, because I know there's other systems that did it beforehand, but how the Nintendo Wii like integrated the motion controllers that we have nowadays, which led to Microsoft creating the Kinect and just enhancing that feature, and then PlayStation getting the PlayStation camera and also the PlayStation Move behind it. And I think it's cool that those both integrated like that, and I think that it's a sweet thing behind that. And then also after that point, making the applicable function for the Wii U to have the option to play on the, I call it a tablet, this might be a bad way to term it, but on the gamepad tablet, and then also play on your TV. And that is a really cool feature for me, because I mean, think about it. How many of you have just kind of like just chilled out in the corner and just like started playing a game on the television, and then your big brother just goes up to you and just be like, "What's up, man? I want to play some Call of Duty. You wanna join?" And I'm like, "No, man, I'm in the middle of a Super Mario game." And then you end up just start getting all sad, because then you're like, "I'm gonna finish my Mario game, man." But you don't have to, because you end up just simply going, "Okay, yeah, no problem, man." Click, and then it's right there, and you can start playing the game. And I love that motion got featured. then also with the 3DS to make the 3D technology, it wasn't that popular. It kind of sucks. Mainly, I think it's just because I don't think that was something that a lot of people wanted. And I know that sounds like a weird statement to say. It's like, well, that's a great revolutionary technology. I mean, wouldn't you want the game right in front of you? Well, how many years have we actually had screen makes, or how many times do we not make a 3D actual, other than a film, not necessarily a game, but yeah, I kind of like jumbled my words there. But basically what I'm trying to say is, we make a lot of 3D movies because we want to see this coming at us, but we don't want to play a game where we're going to get motion sickness because all of a sudden we're looking around and it's like, whoa, dude, that thing's coming at me. The carrot's coming at my face or something like that. We don't really like to have that sort of format for us. So I'm kind of excited to see what exactly is going to be launched about this, because having a flexible screen, I didn't even know that was part of technology until they started talking about it. Now, according to the rumors, I think they said it's going to be like 2016 or 2017 they actually start having, either it's launched or it's just going to be, like officially confirmed this is what it's going to look like, where they have it at their conference and they launch it and see things from there. I'm excited to see what's going to turn out from that. The next topic I wanted to talk about was Windows 10, and it's rumored to be integrating Xbox and PC gaming potentially. This is a really interesting article to read about, and as everybody knows, Microsoft has some interesting ideas and has a lot of balls to try these sort of things. When Windows 8 came out, everybody hated it. And of course, what did they do? They put the Xbox One to have the tablet format. So everybody's all upset because it's like everything's going to look like a tablet now, and now it's starting to look like crap, and everybody's just getting annoyed as can be about it. And then Windows 10 is potentially launching integration for the Xbox games to go on a PC, which is, I think, absolutely amazing. And if you don't know, like, Microsoft kind of lives by the goal of trying to integrate PC gaming, console gaming, and phone gaming all together in one platform. And that is a really, really interesting I don't want to say pattern. There's not the words on the tip of my tongue, but I can't think of it. But it's an interesting move by Microsoft that they want to not only just simply make a game for one specific console, but they want it available so that you can get that game onto like the PC and then maybe even play it on your tablet. And for some people that are like, tablets aren't really designed for gaming, and it's a ridiculous move, and sadly, the market's there for people. I mean, how many people, this is a weird example, but how many people on their iPhones or any sort of smartphone played Candy Crush? I mean, how many people were absolutely addicted to that, or Cookie Clicker, or any games like that? How many people were addicted to playing stuff like that? To get those type of games and mix them with something like you could play, and this is a bad example, forgive me, but like to play Halo on the same system that you played Candy Crush? That's kind of interesting, and that's pretty awesome to me personally. To be able to have the integration that you want to put on your smartphone over to your Xbox One, that is an amazing thing that they're able to do. And their goal and their strive, and this is why I like Microsoft mostly. I mean, there's obviously a few things that I don't like behind them, but what I think I love most about them is they drive to try to integrate to new futures. I mean, they put a gutsy move to try Windows 8. Nobody really liked Windows 8 because it was tablety, and there was a couple glitches. And I've got to actually personally try Windows 10 myself. I actually really like the new format that they got. If you don't know what Windows 10 is going to contain, let me just basically put it in a nutshell for you. Windows 10, other than the gaming integration, is going to start popping in. The start menu is back. Not like the start menu that turns into the tablet. It's the start menu that turns into the actual start menu like it did back in Windows 7. In a nutshell, if you took Windows 7, made it have babies with Windows 8, that's what you got. That, in a nutshell, that's basically what you're going to get. The start menu is back. The functions that Windows 8 had for the tablets is still in that start menu section, but I think a few other things that I wish I had that on hand. But a few other things that I really liked about it too is they have Cortana that's going to be coming to the Windows 10 format, which if you don't know, Cortana was a big smartphone thing. It basically is supposed to be about twice as better as Siri. I haven't actually got a chance to read about if that's actually true or not, but I'm really curious to see if that's an actual case, because I am pretty excited to see what exactly is going to be coming out from Windows 10 from other than what I've seen. I've seen the developer version, and I've also seen just the beta. It was just a beta and a developer version, which I think is technically the same thing. But yeah, it's good. It's good to know tech people, and it's good to know developers, because you can get free stuff from them, and it's always fun when you get free stuff from them because they will give it to you. All right, so next thing I want to talk about is Minecraft. This is a weird article. It was straight from Mojang, and the new rumor, I don't know what to expect out of this, and I kind of want to know information about it. So once this comes out more, I'm probably going to talk about this again in the podcast. Minecraft is turning into story mode. Telltale Games is going to be coinciding with Mojang in making a Minecraft story mode. I have no idea how this is going to turn into. I'm going to read the bullet points that it has selected from Mojang's direct website. I'm going to read them to you. Again, I will have all the links of the sources that I used for today's podcast. It's going to be in the video or in the description below. Make sure to go check that out, because this is some interesting stuff. I don't know what to expect out of this. I'm still kind of confused. But let's see. So Minecraft Story Mode will be a narrative-driven video game created by Telltale Games. It will be about Minecraft. Mojang is collaborating with Telltale and members of the community to make Minecraft Story Mode as Minecrafty as possible. I'm quoting this, by the way. This is exactly what they say on their website. The first episode will be released sometime in 2015. It will be available on Xbox consoles, PlayStation consoles, PC, Mac, iOS, and Android-based devices. Let's see. Minecraft Story Mode will be released episodically, just like The Wolf Among Us, The Walking Dead, or the recent Tales from the Borderlands, which is another developer collaboration series between Telltale Games and Gearbox Software. We're not intending on creating an official story for Steve or explaining the world of Minecraft in detail. It will be a cool game. The Minecraft 2 thing was a joke. No, really, it was a joke. I'm assuming that when they said Minecraft 2, mainly because, as you know, Microsoft had bought Mojang for, what was it, was it $1 million, or was it oh man, I gotta Google that, because I'm actually curious. How much did Microsoft buy Minecraft for? It was for $2.5 billion. That's what it was. Thank you, Wikipedia. I hope you're not lying to me, because you usually do. But anyway, it's nice to see that it's finally getting a story mode, I guess. But that's gonna take an open world game. This is my concern. It's going to take an open world game, and it's just going to make me feel bleh. Because I feel like it's hard to drive a story, especially in the Telltale Games Corporation. As you know, a lot of their games are so story driven, and I haven't got a chance to play as much Wolf Among Us. I just kind of got a glimpse at it, and just have seen playthroughs of it. But I've played fully through the Walking Dead Season 1 and 2, and for me, if it's true that it's going to be like that, I don't know if I want to actually buy it, mainly because, for me, Minecraft has always been open world, having adventure, and doesn't necessarily need to have excellent voice acting or anything else, and everybody knows that Minecraft does not have amazing graphics, quote-unquote, but I guess technically it depends on how you look at it and what kind of mods you get and what kind of texture packs you get and whatever the case to be. But Minecraft has just opened the doors completely when it comes to this sort of situation, and I'm interested, not necessarily to play it, but I'm interested to see where they're going to go with this. What's the story going to be about? Is it actually going to have, I know they say something about that it's not going to have Steve, but I wonder, is Steve going to be an associate of it? Is it just going to be just a game that looks like Minecraft and it's just going to have a totally different story? Is it going to be something that's got like Minecraft jokes behind it? Like, oh no, I need a stone pickaxe to break this iron ore. I can't use a wooden one or I'm going to lose it. Oh crap. I don't know if it's going to be something like that, or when you fight off zombies. I don't know. I really like to know more about this, and I really like to see more information come out from Mojang. And overall, it's gonna have some interesting things. I mean, it's great. I'm glad it's going in every single system, but I don't know. I'm not really excited about it personally. I just don't feel it. Minecraft, again, like I said, has over 50 million users, and it's Minecraft. It's an open world. It's do whatever you want to do for 5 minutes, for an hour, for 24 hours, whatever it is. You know, it's whatever you want to do, whenever you want to do it. But in this game, it's like, well, it's going to be a story mode. You know, is it going to be an open world story mode? Is it going to have the cartoon textures integrated with the blocks as well as that? The one thing that I can relate to is there's a game that's coming out on Game Jolt that's called Goodbye New World. It's supposed to have the Minecraft feel behind it and have a cinematic horror to it. So that's the part that I'm actually excited about. I'm kind of curious to see that one because that one's been in development for about a year. And Mojang just launched theirs. I know that necessarily they're not going to both be great, and I want to get my hands on it and be able to play it on my channel as soon as it comes out. But I don't know. I don't know if it's just because people have just kind of gotten bored of it and it's just not open world anymore, or Mojang just finally figured after so many years of doing this that they just were like, we'll probably put another one out. Whatever the case would be, I'll probably be looking into it, probably going to invest into it and just try it, at least try it. And now for the moment that we've all been waiting for. Sony. Again. We talked about them last week. They went through some crap, and we discussed our opinions. And then this week got even worse. I wasn't going to talk about it, but eventually it just got to the point that it had to be brought up again this week. Because Sony, I don't know if it's just they are bad or what, but all I know is coming up here, there's a lot of crap that's going to be going on with Sony, and that scares me. I mean, and when I say scares me, I mean genuinely scares me, because there's just been so much that's been going on. First of all, let's start off with this. If you don't know already, Sony decided to shut down The Interview, the movie that was starring James Franco and what is his name? I know, Seth Rogen. That's what it is. Seth Rogen and James Franco. And they ended up... Excuse me, I thought I heard someone. And they ended up canceling the movie because, you know, obviously, if you don't know, it's the movie that they are going to kill Kim Jong-un. And it was supposed to be a satire. If you don't know what a satire is, look it up online. There's been so many different versions of satires in the recent past. I mean, I think even Shakespeare had put some in the recent past, and there's famous artists about satire, and basically it's just a form to make fun of something and just to kind of express your opinions about. And, you know, they canceled the movie because obviously, you know, North Korea basically said, you know, hey, we have all of your stuff, so if you don't mind, like, shutting down everything. The exact thing that they said was, according to which article was that? I believe that was The Verge. The Verge talks about in here, now we want you to never leave the movie released, distributed, or leaked in any form of, for instance, DVD or piracy. The message reportedly says, it also says, and we want everything related to that movie, including its trailers, as well as its full version, down from any website hosting them immediately. They're being serious. They will throw all the rest of the information they have out in the public. I mean, as you know, once you throw something out on the internet, it stays. Because someone somewhere has it. And it will haunt you forever. Now, unless you have one follower on Twitter and that one follower doesn't even follow you because he just makes it look good and then he mutes you, you basically can't take anything back. And on the internet, it's kind of creepy. You know, I mean, obviously we're in America, and America's standards, you know, is we like to make sure that, you know, we have freedom of speech and whatnot. And so President Obama, let's see, the 19th. So about 3 days ago was addressed about this topic. And according to what PC Magazine told me, Obama said it was a mistake. He said that they should have never pulled the interview because that makes them look cowardly. And that makes them look like that out-of-country people can actually manage to take us and to censor what goes on in America. And this is a weird. I mean, in the quote for that is, we cannot have a society in which some dictator, some place can start imposing censorship here in the U.S. That is true. I like what he says there. It was weird to read this part. In a quote, he says, "Even worse, imagine if producers and distributors and others start engaging in self-censorship because they don't want to offend the sensibilities of somebody whose sensibilities probably need to be offended. That is not what America is about." What? Exactly. What? I'll read it again. "And others start engaging in self-censorship because they don't want to offend the sensibilities of somebody whose sensibility probably need to be offended." I feel like that was a bad move to say by Obama. Mainly because let me translate how it sounds to me. This is how it sounds to me. This is no way associated with how I think the whole internet thinks about it, because everybody's got their own opinion about everything. Trust me. I feel like that this is saying that people have the right to make whatever they want to, whenever they want to, and make fun of whoever they want to, whenever they want to. And granted, it's under the category of freedom of speech, but I feel like that could really start some fires. Because, I mean, for me, reading that, it kind of makes me go, oh, well, I wonder what could happen from that. You know, what movies escalate outside of the interview? I mean, think about it. What sort of things did we just do? We just ticked off North Korea, who's hated us already, ticked them off even more, to the point that they hacked one of their biggest corporations, terabytes upon terabytes of information, whether it was social security numbers, it was medical records, whatever it was. And they just basically made sure that everything was just screwed. And now the president's saying that it was a stupid idea and they should have kept going just to tick them off more. Now, well, granted, I will understand that this factor, and I had to make sure to confirm this with a few other people as I talked about this topic. But, I mean, if you think about it, North Korea does not necessarily have big pants. Please don't hack me on that saying that. I'm going to have started having censorship on my podcast now, because I don't know what they're going to talk about. And I feel like I'm going to lose like all my money. And I probably should check my bank account tonight. Let's check my bank account right now. Okay, we're still good. But anyway, like I was saying, it kind of scares me because, you know, you don't really want to tick off a country. And with North Korea, especially the way that North Korea is, you know, there's so much that could possibly happen from this, you know. And I don't know, we never really liked North Korea. They never really liked us. And just for that, it just scares me because as you see that they talk about, and the reason why some people that actually didn't launch the movie in the interview, this is what like heavily contributed to them canceling it too, is 3 major companies, cinematic companies, decided they weren't going to show it because Korea also showed this, that they're making sure, by the way, that they will not, what did they say? That they will make sure to hack anybody that screens this movie. That, in of itself, is not good. Sony lost terabytes upon terabytes of information, of personal information, of emails, to burning bridges, to government scandals, accordingly to what I also read. I don't have the article, but I remember reading about something else that said that basically Kim Jong-un thinks that we suppress terrorism in here, and it's kind of funny because America is against terrorism in a nutshell, to say it in our terms. So it's kind of funny to see what exactly that's going to be, and that in of itself is going to scare me a little bit more because, I mean, all it's going to take is, you know, if this turns into a cyber war and you have to buy a better type of antivirus. Yeah, don't get Norton during this time of year, by the way, just in case that North Korea does start ticking us off. I remember I like this joke that my mother put up to me the other day. She just goes, make sure you change the password to your email. And I go, why is that? And he says, because I don't want North Korea to bomb us. And I'm like, well, that was very ignorant, but that was funny. So props to you, Mother. I love the joke that you put behind that. Anyway, but Sony's got a lot of work. There's so many petitions out there right now that are insisting that they make sure that this movie gets launched, and that is not a bad decision, but it's not necessarily a great one. I mean, to make it even in the first place, it just kind of makes me laugh. I mean, having a sense of satire behind it was cool, and I like that they did that. But I don't know. You don't really want to tick off people, but I guess when you think about it, how many cartoons are there nowadays? I can think of, if you guys have never seen it before, there's a cartoon that basically makes Kim Jong-un look like a god, on Adult Swim. If you get a chance to check it out, it is really funny. They basically just make him look like the best person in the world, and that probably explains why they have never said anything back to them or hacked them or whatever it was, because they basically make him look like he was God. And I think that probably is what it looks like in North Korea. It's not necessarily an amazing country, it's per se, but I mean, United States has got its minuses too. And we're not going to go necessarily into politics here on a video game podcast, but it's interesting to see what Sony's going to come out with this, and excuse me, and how Obama responded to it. How he's just saying that, to make sure that, we stay in our game. And that's a good point, to make sure that we stay and keep a stiff backbone. I mean, we launched it, we should keep it going, and to keep going with that. So I'm going to say that I support what Obama said, but I only support about 70% of his actual philosophy. BitTorrent is another funny thing. BitTorrent tells Sony it's happy to release the interview, according to an article about from TechCrunch.com. It wants to try to find a way to launch. He wants this movie launch. The CEO, Sony CEO Michael Linton, stated earlier that there has not been a major video on demand service that has stepped forward and said they are willing to distribute this movie for us. Obviously, for hacking reasons, it's obviously not something that people want to look into. And, to save themselves from getting heavily hacked, it's quite a logical move, I guess you could say. Because, I mean, if you can get into Sony, I don't know how necessarily hard it is, because I'm not a hacker. But I'm assuming that if you get into Sony, you're probably pretty good. I mean, unless you got into, the easiest servers that somehow had the most convenient data possible, then we might be a little screwed. Maybe. Just maybe. But BitTorrent decided that they wanted to make the investment to actually have it launched on there. And let's see, what else do I have here? Let's see. Let's see. I had something written for that, and I think I missed it. But according to what I'm saying on TechCrunch here, Sony has been fighting to get this picture distributed. It will be distributed. How it's going to be distributed, I don't think anyone knows quite yet. That was, again, someone from BitTorrent that was talking about it. BitTorrent took this as a challenge and has offered Sony a way to release a controversial movie involving the assassination of North Korean leader Kim Jong-un on its own service. The peer-to-peer file distribution network believes BitTorrent bundle is the best way to satisfy both those asking for an online distribution and Sony's desire to release the film. This is a good move, but, and I say but, that throws a lot to possibly happen to them, but it's props on to be able to do that. But here's the thing too, is if North Korea somehow has a huger grasp on their power than what we know of, then that could potentially hurt a lot of us, in the sense that I'm losing my train of thought. Hold on. So how Sony basically has this problem of them getting hacked, and they're going to release more and more information if they don't end up meeting the demands, and that means to wipe it away. Like I said before in that quote, they want everything gone. I know a while back, Beyonce had this one picture where she pulled out this really ugly face, and it was just a perfect moment camera thing, and she demanded it goes out the internet. Well, if you go on iFunny, which is an app for the iPhone, you should have seen that so many times. That probably went back up in the Google results in such a quick time if that actually ever got off, and that was not surprising to me at all. But it kind of concerns me, because there's quite a lot of controversy behind it. Obviously, the government's looking into it right now, and I'm sure this is something that's going to be stopped in about 2 weeks. But it was amazing to see what exactly has been going on. So I think it's going to wrap up for today's JayCast, guys. I really appreciate you guys sticking through the whole thing. Like I said, Yeti Hyrule went out shopping to make sure that his girlfriend is completely happy, because make sure that you get your loved one a wonderful present for Christmas this holiday. You do not want to get them a pair of socks or anything bad like that. I mean, unless they want socks. If they want socks, you can get them socks. I have no problem with that. I mean, if you got me a bunch of gift cards, I would not be upset about it. So you can definitely do that if you want to. I'm that kind of guy where you don't have to say get too creative, but gift cards are pretty nice. But anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for tuning in today, and let me know what you guys think about it in the comments below. What do you guys think about what happened with Sony? Do you think that it was a good move that they pulled it, or do you think it was a bad move that they pulled it? And in addition to that, make sure to follow and see all of the different articles that I put down there below. Like I said, it's going to be pretty cool to see some of the things that went down behind it, and some things that, you get a chance to read to for yourself. And I want to wish you guys a wonderful Merry Christmas. Have a wonderful New Year. This year has been amazing for JayCast, guys. So we're going to have another great year going off next year. So thank you, guys. And we will be catching you all in the next podcast. And I'm Jay, wishing you a wonderful day and a Merry Christmas and a New Year.